Hello, my name is Elena and welcome to the Safalo Squad YouTube channel. It's a pleasure to be here, and especially because we are going to be looking at a very spooky deck that, of course, you have already seen which deck it is, because I always kind of assume that you don't know, that I'm going to be like giving you a big surprise, but then I realized that you guys have seen the title and the thumbnails, and it's like, yeah, well done, Elena, well done. Anyways, so we are going to look at Gengar VMAX. By the way, a small warning, I sometimes tend to call this card Gengar, Mega Gengar, for some reason that I don't understand, because something is not just right with my mind. So yeah, just bear in mind that it's a Gengar VMAX card, and we will be all right. Anyways, so the reason why I'm bringing you Gengar is not because it suddenly won a lot of tournaments or it's like the best deck for Worlds. I don't think it is. It's just that, you know, we celebrated the late night series last week, I think it was, and this specific deck almost won the entire event. There were plus 300 players, which, I mean, it shows that at least the deck has some potential. And it's been a while since we had covered Gengar VMAX, so I told myself, I mean, why not? Also, Gengar being one of the most iconic Pokemons ever printed. Anyways, before going into the deck list and analyzing its content, I just want to remind you that if you like this type of content, you can always leave a like, subscribe, drop a comment, and that we are very happy to be supported by you. And also check the description, because we always leave you interesting links for you to get Pokemon related content like singles, digital cards, and card protection. So, Gengar VMAX. For those of you that are new, very new to the game, you might not have seen this card being played, but I can assure you that it was. Actually, there was this regional, I don't remember, I think it was more than 1 year ago, and really terrible, and my memory fails, that was won by an Arceus Gengar VMAX build, but then it kind of disappeared, so that Arceus build never saw play again. Anyways, Gengar VMAX used to be a really cool Pokemon because of its first attack, Fear and Panic. By the way, Fear and Panic, weren't that the names of those sidekicks that from the film Hercules, the ones that went everywhere with Hades, I guess in English. Well, anyways, Fear and Panic deals 60 per V Pokemon or GX Pokemon that is in play. So you can imagine that 2 years ago, when the entire field was filled up with Pokemon V and GX Pokemon, this was a thing. This is not a thing anymore, because like, what are you going to do against modern decks that don't run V Pokemon, that only run EX? And then it has a really powerful attack, which I like a lot, which is G Max Swallow Up, 250, and it cannot attack the following turn. Now, what makes Gengar scary is that it is a single strike Pokemon, and you know what it means. It has access to the single strike energy, which boosts their attacks with 20 additional damage. Now, if we make some maths, then we can quickly realize that Gengar VMAX is able to reach almost like more than 300 damage by having the 4 energies attached to it, and that's numbers that not everyone can reach, right? Maybe Tyranitar in Lugia builds, or maybe Mew with a lot of powerful tablets, but that's about it. Now, how are we going to be powering up and to ensuring that once our Gengar VMAX fails, we have another one ready to go? With Houndoom, of course, which used to be, again, very popular with single strike Urshifu. It was the way in which you played it. So Houndoom, every turn you can attach from your deck a single strike energy to a single strike Pokemon at the cost of placing 2 damage counters, which is something that we need to be really careful, because 220 makes Gengar pretty sturdy. But then if you start lowering it down, then bad news, because Giratina, for instance, can finish it off in just 1 hit. I think that one of the biggest problems, the biggest issues that this deck has always had is the fact that it really struggled to set up. So this player, what they've done is they included 4 copies of Battle VIP Pass, which is something that I totally agree with. 4 Ultra Balls. I really miss some more Nest Balls, because early game, like, having the capability to set up is like really important. So switching cards, Escape Rope and Switch mainly because, I mean, we cannot afford staying one turn without attacking, and then the usual. So Iono, Professor Research, Judge, and this is where the deck really gets interesting. It runs 4 copies of Path to the Peak. It does not run Luminion, it does not run Crobat, well, it used to run Crobat, but not anymore. So it kind of become even a control deck. It has this control element with Judge to disrupt your hand and Path to the Peak to negate abilities. Where I see this deck shining is in a meta game where everyone is trusting on Arceus. Because if you think about it, this literally eats Arceus for breakfast. And being a Darkness type Pokemon, which quite some nice HP, I guess that it should also have a decent matchup against Mew and possibly against Gardevoir, but I am not very... I don't know how the matchup goes. I guess that you can always kind of trade their one price attackers with your Houndours and Houndooms, but I haven't properly tested the matchup myself. So anyways, I think that whenever you have the chance to go for a Mega Gengar... to go for a Gengar VMAX build, you really need to try it. We are also... my colleague Zach, he has been covering some of the top best performing decks in our format, so you can go and check his video in case that you want to see. But if you want to play something more roguish, well, and if you are a Gengar fan, like, how you cannot say no to this guy here. So let's see the deck in action. Okay, so there we go. Let's be... I was going to say let's be naughty, in the sense of let's play some spicy decks and see if we can take the meta game by storm. So I always used to go to try to hit heads, which I fail, so that means that I'm going to go second. So on the right side, it means that we should have access now to our supporters, so the setup should be easier, but of course you want to go first, you're an evolution deck, and you want to get the first KO, which is something that definitely you can get with Gengar VMAX. So, hand is alright. The hand is alright. I'm kind of going to assume that my opponent is not going to knock my Gengar out. Okay, well, they can, actually, they can. Oh no, wait, hey, I start first? I go first. Okay, so if I go first, I feel that what I want to do here is I'm going to Iono. I'm going to keep some resources here. So Houndoom needs to be chosen above everything. Houndoom really needs to be chosen. A pity that we didn't open with a Battle VIP Pass and that we didn't open with an energy. But at least if we wanted to, I guess that we can pass to the Peak now, right? Yeah, we're going to pass to the Peak. We are going to pass to the Peak now. Wait, what kind of deck is this? Why is Arceus... what happens with... I don't understand. What type of Arceus build runs Radiant Greninja? Maybe something with Regidrago? Also, oh, okay. So maybe it's Excalibur? But if it's Excalibur, like, isn't it a bit weird? Isn't this a bit weird, like this build with double turbo energy? And also, like, how many double turbo energies do you run? So to be able to hit it just like that, isn't that like extremely lucky? I don't know this build. I don't know exactly what I'm playing against. But this can definitely be an issue. So I think that my best option here is to Judge and hope for the best, right? I don't know. Like, what? No, what? What is this guy doing? What's his problem? Like, honestly, like I don't get it. What's his problem? What is happening? I mean, it's pretty clear that I don't want to Iono, so I'm just going to go Bibarel first and then Judge. Okay, so at least I get to attach the energy and... Oof, I don't want to Judge. I think that I really need to set up, so I'm just going to research. Okay, change of plans here. So I'm going to discard this and potentially one Boss's Orders, which is not something that I like per se. But I feel that this is something that I probably should be doing anyways. So, and then let's discard these 2 cards and let's get ourselves a Houndoom. That way at least we can start attacking, which is not the best thing ever, but at least we get to attack. Again, like, I have no idea what type of deck I'm playing against and what is going to happen. So there goes 20 damage counters, and at least, I don't know, this confuses me because sometimes there are some attacks that seem clickable while, I mean, when they are not. So we sacrifice it, and that's the thing, right? We sacrifice so many resources trying to set up. But I think that using Judge was way too risky. So we still should have some professor research here and there. Good thing, at least, is that we have our Bibarel set up, and that next turn, depending on what happens here, we might want to go and use boss's orders. But I think that the real threat here is Arceus. So yeah, I have no clue of what my opponent is playing. Like, no clue at all. Jet Energy, like, why would you run Jet Energy in this deck when you have Switch? I don't know what is happening, guys. I really don't know what is happening. This really confuses me. And it scares me because, you know, I'd rather play against a pro player that is using a deck list that I kind of know than against someone that I don't know what they can come up with. So, okay, they went for Ultra Ball. They decided to bench a Palkia B. Now I'm assuming that I'm going to be attacked. Okay. Yeah, fine. So I got attacked. I think that there is no way, no reality in which I am Ionoing now. But now, the problem is that if I don't Iono, that's a problem, because I don't have another Gengar. I don't have another Gengar set up. So, I feel that this is what I need to do. I don't like that, but I feel that this is what I need to do. So I'm going to power this up and just hope for the best. Arceus is a big problem right now, so I'm just going to attack and hope that my opponent is bricked. I mean, they need to get... Okay, so Urn of Vitality, Battle VIP Pass, which I don't need. So Path to the Peak is definitely hurting them. Now, if they are able to pop this out and evolve Palkia and power the Chimpao, that's basically it, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I am, again, as I said, I am concerned. I am very concerned that I cannot set up more attackers. And also I cannot attack the following turn unless I use Escape Rope or something. So I might... Yeah, I don't know what I will do here. My opponent is taking a lot of time also for the decisions. Maybe, yeah, they have a really bad hand. Okay, that is good. That is good. So, okay, well, that was the first game. I'm really sorry about not being able to offer you a better quality game, but it is what it is. I'm playing ladder and sometimes random things pop up. So I'm going to go again to the second game and hope that this time we go against something that is a bit more meta so that we can actually see more of the deck in action. Okay, game number 2. I've been here waiting so long to find an opponent. I don't know what is happening, but sometimes it just... I feel that sometimes it's like people don't play this game anymore. I don't know, it might be just me that I am a bit pessimistic sometimes, but yeah, I don't know. And also I was recording the previous game and my opponent was inactive for like 5 minutes and then I had to restart again. So hopefully this won't happen now. We are going to go second once again and we will give a mulligan to my opponent. Okay, well, the hand was terrible anyways. This is something that I have discussed with you. I don't remember if I've already said it in this channel or in my own channel, but I really do think that something beneficial from that Pokemon could implement would be an optional mulligan. Same as other games has it, like Magic, for instance. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there are certain decks that either you open with a specific puzzle in your, like some specific combo pieces in your hand, or you directly lose the game. It's like playing an Arceus mirror and whiffing the energy turn 1. Like there is 90% chances of you losing that game. And that's a pity. Like, that's really a pity. Okay, we go against Arcanine. So, okay. Now, good and bad things here. So, on the right side, I feel... yeah, we need an attacker, right? Well, we need an attacker, but then my opponent might be able to KO me, and that's something that I don't want to... I definitely don't want to see. So, I think that I'm going to try to set up. I don't know if I want to play the path to the peak down. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. And we are going for Iono. Okay, that is good. And there is another path to the peak. I'm going to obviously attach the energy here onto the Gengar. I'm just going to end the turn, right? Now, the thing about playing against Arcanine is that we are never going to really have a way... I mean, we do have a way to KO it, but it's going to be a bit costly. So we need to be very careful about the amount of damage counters that we are placing on Arcanine, and if we go and attack over it, it should be always because we are getting the KO. So that would be my priority, because if not, Raging Claws will be doing a ton of damage. Okay, so 2 energies go onto the Arcanine, which has already been fully powered up, and we see double rare candy hitting the field, which, it's a very clear sign of the fact that this is a deck that plays Charizard from Pokemon Go. Okay, now my opponent, that research was pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I will attach this here. I'm probably... I mean, if I wanted to, I could retreat the Houndour, but I don't think that it's worth it. And I feel that at this stage, yes, Path to the Peak is going to be played, because I'm going to research away my hand. And I'm going to play Bibarel down. I could... do I want to? I'm going to discard... I feel that I'm going to discard these 2. And I want to set another Houndour myself, I feel. Or I can always start powering up a Gengar V, but I have the Houndour in hand. So I don't know. What's the play here, guys? Do I go for the super safe play? Yes, I think I do. Let's go for the really safe play, which is Gengar. The safe play is Gengar. The safe play being Gengar, because if I do this, that means that I can use the Roar ability to power this up. Okay, there we are. That's why I'm saying that this is kind of I don't want to lose a Houndour, so I'm just going to use Bibarel here. Ooh, and that was a really nice top deck. And that's it, and I'm just going to end the turn. So even if my opponent had bosses orders, that Gengar cannot be KO'd, which is going to be nice. Okay, so another Charmander. Now I wonder the amount of Charizards and the amount of rare candies that this player has left on his deck. Now Bibarel hits the field, which is perfect. Charmeleon goes down. There comes another Arcanine EX. Okay, that's fine. So as long as we don't see a boss's orders coming our way, we should be in a good position. Okay, there we are. So they get the first KO. Nothing that I am complaining about. So I am going to promote Gengar. That is for sure. And I need to start powering up another one. So I'm going to go for this. I'm just going to Iono. Yeah, I'm just going to Iono. Hopefully I will get to attach the energy manually. No, I didn't get to attach the energy manually, which is a pity, because now the problem is that Arcanine can revenge KO me. It's definitely an issue. That's so bad. Okay, I'll tell you what we are going to do. We are going to go for Star Alchemy. And I am pained, but this is what needs to happen. I am really pained, but this is what needs to happen. So we are going to play down this and just go ahead and KO the Arcanine. Now, what I'm kind of threatening my opponent with here is that if I'm able to get another Switch card, okay, there is the Ultra Ball, that's fine. So I could theoretically, if I can get another Switch card, I could theoretically like retreat my Gengar VMAX and just attack with some other. The only problem that I see is that even if I do that, I don't have a... Yeah, I would need another Bibarel here. If I really needed to, I would need another Bidoof, because that's the only one I have that retreats for just one energy. Okay, well, that's a bit bad. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, maybe I should have just attached, now that I think of it, I should have maybe attached the energy into a Houndoom or something like that. Okay, so this is a Charmeleon, which means that we are going to be seeing a Charizard next turn. Okay, and the Magma Basin on the Charizard, I would imagine. Okay, Magma Basin on the Charizard, which makes perfect sense. And there we are with the attack. So now we are in range, means that Arcanine can KO us. But my opponent decided to surrender. Okay, well, those games are I swear. Like, I'm really sorry. And I don't mean to be disrespectful in any way. I love Pokemon, guys. I love it so much. It's just that sometimes Pokemon Life, I think that we can all agree, regardless, I'm not being a hater here. I think that Pokemon Life is bringing great things to the community. But I think that we can all agree on the fact that it needs to improve, right? And this happens more often than it should. I was telling you at the beginning of the video that I've been trying to play, and whenever I try to use Ultra Balls, my game freezes and I just can't continue playing. So, well, this is creepy. Anyways, so this is Gengar. I think that the thing in both games is that, well, we obviously didn't play against meta decks. That was one thing. And the other thing is that I still think that having a VMAX that is capable of always reaching around 300 damage and that doesn't have really that weakness in the format is really important. But at the same time, the problem is that if you are not able to set up at least 2 Houndooms and 2 Gengars in the first turns of the game, you're out. And that's something that it's not that easy to do. So yeah, going back to what I was saying during the analysis, I think that Gengar is not bad. It's definitely not the most consistent deck ever, and you really need to consider what your local metagame is going to be while deciding to choose for Gengar or not. But having said that, of course, if you're a Gengar fan, go for it, because it's really, really funny and easy to play. So I hope that you enjoyed the video, and we will see each other very soon. So consider leaving a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye bye!
The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Ultimate Guard, PTCGL Store, and Atlas TCG. Check out the description below for discount codes and affiliate links to support the squad. Now it's time for the video. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.